All right, folks, welcome back. We're going to be doing just the New York session for Forex this morning. We have some news coming out at 8:30 for CPI and core retail sales for the dollar. And at 9:15 we have capacity utilization rate and industrial production. 9:30 we have a FOMC member speaking. And 10 o'clock we got a medium impact consumer sentiment. I believe if we're going to make a run for that 94.75 on the dollar, it's got enough for the news today to do that. It could drive it down there. Let's just go over to the Forex charts. All right, so we have price just above the equal lows in here. I'm expecting some downside movement. My concern is if we spike down below this low and reject it, that means we're going to have to sit in this consolidation a little bit longer. But I'm basically slanted towards it making a run for that 94.90 to 94.75 level this morning with the news that's due out. Euro. Next, let's put this where it belongs. All right, so we have euro pound. A fair value gap right in here. So far we've had initial support off of the top of the gap. If it comes down to this level here, it could spike a little bit more into the order block that's existing here. If we go into any portion of this order block, I think we'll go down below these lows for the sell stops for euro pound. Initially this morning, I think that we may see, if we get the dollar weakness that I'm looking at on the heels of these news events this morning, we could see euro pound rally up, closing this gap. I don't care too much about this wick. I think the closure would be 88.45, but 88.34, 88.35, that should be the draw on the upside. We have equal highs in here as well, buy stops resting. So if they send it about 20 pips above 88.15, that would take us into that 88.35, 88.34 area. Euro dollar, really, I'm not sure what it wants to do, quite honestly. They're holding it. That's basically what it gets down to. They're allowing cable to rally, so that sends the euro pound lower. Like the gap up here, also the order block right in here. So we have a 114.35. Euro dollar could spike up to that. We're right inside of an order block right now. We've seen every down candle find some new buying. I don't like this real pretty trend line type thing here. I would have rather seen it spike down through that a little bit, upset that, and then make a run for this level here. So if we get a run on 8:30 news initially, like say it goes below these equal lows in here, mean threshold, that might be a catalyst to send it higher up to this level here, maybe a little bit higher. If it wants to take the entire range of the order block, that would be here. So 1440, so 1435, 1440, if we get a spike on that, if it runs from there, we have a rejection block right in here. 114.70, and that would clear out the buy stops that would be residing right below this nice impulse swing. Cable's gone back above 129.70. You have to be a buyer now. There's just no bones about it. We cleared the level I was looking for as a filter. So if we broke through that without going down to my really ideal location to be a buyer, which was down here, and which is demanding a lot, I know, but if it was getting down here, it would have been a great area to be a long. 129.70 is broken again, so now all eyes go to 130.55, 130.65. And if we get the dollar weakness over here in the form of about 100 pips, that translates to a little bit more than 100 pips, always exaggerated, on cable. So we could see 30.65, 30.80 today if we get the right news reaction. So another currency that looks like it should be a buy today, even though we've started out the gate. Small little move right at the beginning of the day at 0 GMT. London reversal, retracement. I don't think we'll see a New York session reversal today. We've moved all the way up to the short-term high. At the very minimum, I think 130.30 could be hit today. Forget ADR high for now. That's just the one big figure, 130. If they're going to send it up to that, they're going to 130.30, 130.55 today. So that's what we're going to be watching. And in the next 5 minutes or so, news will be out. So I'll be quiet until we get to the 8:30 hour. ADR highs just above a measured symmetrical price swing from high to low in here. This is probably what we'll see it shoot up into. Again, I don't think ADR high is going to be it. I think 130.10, then 130.25, then ultimately the 130.55 old high. And to get to that, they'll really want to spike it through. So ahead of the news, we could be a buyer right in here where it's at now. We're inside a consolidation. Stop would have to go below $29.50, so $29.48. So 30 pip stop. Less than 2 minutes, news should be released. Yeah, you're stuck between two fractals. We have price action here, sent it lower, and we have the run on the sell stops over here. So it's stuck between two reference points, so it bodes well for them keeping euro in a consolidation, let pound rally, and that could take us down into the euro pound gap. Watch the low over here on the dollar. We want to see it go through, and then once it goes through, expand and reach. Speed and distance is what you're looking for. See it go down here to 94.75. ADR highs and striking distance. Watch 130.10 as a next jump in price. So if it gets to 130, it should skip up to 130.10. Here's our spike up into our fair value gap on euro. Again, we want to see it move more convincingly, not just poke its head down below that old low. They should reach for 130 now. Any pending orders at big figure 130, 130.10, they're hot right now, so they're going to want to offer a pairing of those two prices with buyers and sellers. So they should skip up there now real quick. $130 ADR high's been hit. Now watch to see if price wants to skip about 10 pips and jump up to that 130.10. Still looking for dollar to gain some ground on that low that's taken out. So far it's a little shallow in terms of reaching underneath. It's about 10 pips below it. If you got multiple lots on, you want to take one of them off or something off or in the cable. Euro dollar. Again, watch this candle's high. I'm sorry, close. 114.70, and the buy stop's resting above here. Okay, we're at the low on the dollar. Let's see if it expands. Remember, 20 pips below the old low on dollar would be around 95.25. We want to see it make a run below that. So price action below 95.25 is really well for 130.50 being objective on cable today. If you have the long on cable, you want to move your stop up. It's Friday. You don't want to give any ground back. That would be 29.67. You should have something off by now as well. Dollar index can come back to 95.45 as a retrade, but anything above 95.50 is no good. So in other words, it can come back up, hit it, pick up some more orders, and then drop again. That's the reason why we elected to move suggested stops on any longs on cable to right underneath that consolidation, because you don't want to lose any ground. If it's wrong and we don't go any lower today for the dollar, not saying we've made a low, but if we fail to go any lower today, you don't want to sit through any retracement on the cable. Did any of you take the cable? Good. Have something pocketed already. In other words, take something off. So far, we've cleared the bodies of these candles here. Now watch the dollar over here. You don't want to see it come back up. It's good. It'll run and keep running lower, but it doesn't show Yeah, anything in euro dollar that's long, stop would go right below the mean threshold of this down close candle here. Basically, the open on this one would be close to it. I'll just ballpark it. 114.15, yeah. 114.15 should be your stop. And if you have something long, you should have already taken something off looking for this level here. 1470. ADR high takes us above it. Short-term high as well, 1460. I think if we get to that, I think they'll expand it, run for the rejection block right in here. Do the banks care about ADR? Yes, because it's built into the algorithms. And average daily range is an expansion theory. And the idea is how far should it expand based on a standard deviation. And you have a measurement of some degree. And normally a trading week is like Monday through Friday. So how many days is that? 5. So the average daily range of 5 is significant. But they also have an average daily range of 20, and they have an average daily range of 15. So there's 3 different variables in looking at ADR. You look at 5-day, 10-day, 15-day, 20-day. Mix it up a little bit, and you can get an overlay of different PD arrays. And the more confidence you got in the direction of institutional order flow, the better you'll have in terms of where they may take it. But ADR by itself doesn't mean anything. It just gives us a ballpark. Let's check out Aussie dollar. There you go. Nice move. All the buy stops taken. And in weekly chart perspective, we still have this high in here we were talking about as an objective. I think that's where we're going. And then the bearish order block right in here. 79.20 and then 78.35. Next objectives on Aussie dollar. I like this gap back here. I mean, I keep mentioning it every time we talk about it, but I think longer term that's where we're going. LeVar says he's in Aussie. Good. Anybody else take the Aussie dollar? Wow, a number of you did. Very good. Very, very good. If you're long in Aussie, take something off in here. And see if you can leave a portion on for, man, my bones are cracking like crazy today. The higher objectives I just mentioned on Aussie, leave something on for those. No, I didn't take anything on. What you see is what you get this week. I've been slammed. Cody's been away, so I haven't been able to do anything. All right, let's get back to the dollar index. There we go. Now we're at fresh lows, so let's see if we can make an expansion below 95.20. So we saw that retrade back up into 95.45, expanded away. So see if we can get some some ground gained on cable and lose it on dollar index. Again, that little trigger point is 95.20. If we lose 95.20, it's not just a pip grade of 20 that they're reaching underneath of. They're really making a drive. So we just relax and just hold on to 95 big figure to 95.75 is our objective. There's our short-term high taken out. ADR high is about to get hit on euro dollar. Watch it expand through that, reach for rejection block, 1470. Dollar index still looks good. What is a retrade at 95.45? Whenever we leave a level, like an old low, like in this case, this is the old low on the daily for the dollar. If we go through it, obviously we're reaching for liquidity below it, but it doesn't always just break through. So, like when I first started, I thought when the levels gave way, it just went straight to hell and it didn't look back. Many times it'll come back and hit that level again, and that's a retrade. Okay, if it trades down for a period of time, like a day or two, and then comes back, that's a retest. A retrade is when it comes back to the same level within a very short time period, usually in the same day. Like we saw here, it went back up. If you go back to if you go into like a 1 minute chart, you'll see it went through, came back, hit that level again, and then we expanded away from it. That's what I meant by retrade, not that we're trading the dollar. I don't trade the dollar index. Okay, protective stop on cable. $29.80. Let it go from here. You don't want to adjust anything else. Euro dollar stop would have to be below the order block in here. So 1434. You can do 1435. 1435 protective stop there. Almost at our 78.35 objective on Aussie. Let's go back into a 15-minute time frame so it looks parabolic. There you go. That's what I was looking for back in March, but for whatever reason, Aussie had a vendetta against me. Now the reason why we adjusted our stop loss up to 29.80 is because we've already seen dollar index trade down. It's basically been a 20 pip sweep below the old low, and 95.35 should keep price at bay on the dollar, and then it should expand one more time. Now any movement now below 95.20, there should be an aggressive acceleration reaching down into that 95 big figure to 94.80, which would get us down into this level as well, just with a spike to 94.75. I had the microphone on mute. Did you hear me mention anything when I had the Aussie dollar on the screen? I'm out of it today, admittedly. I just don't know if I had the mic on when I had the chart up for Aussie. Okay. 95.20. Because the old low back here on the daily, on the dollar index, if we look at a move below that, we always look at 10 pip moves and 20 pip moves in sweeps. So this is 10 pips, and then we have 20 pips here. The next, excuse me, the next level below that would be the institutional 95.20. So if it can get through 95.20, it's not just a 20 pip sweep. It's a real significant price move below that old low. So therefore, it would bode well for continuation lower. Otherwise, it would just look like, you know, a reach down below the lows and then come back up into the range. Because essentially 95.25 does it for a 20 pip sweep, and we've gone as low as 95.24. So all we've done so far is just 20 pips below, which is standard. But we want to see it go below that more, because then it would indicate that we are most likely going to see lower prices on the dollar the rest of the day. Well, so hopefully it's made up for yesterday's debacle. I couldn't get the computer to speed up its update for Windows. So naturally I was spitting nails. I was angry yesterday, and yeah, I was cussing. I couldn't get on, couldn't get it to get done any quicker, so I just said, you know what, 2 people in the membership sent me a text, asked me what's up. I just told them, I scanned captured the screen, said this is where I'm at. I can't get on. I didn't feel good as it was. I didn't get any sleep the night before, so I don't know, maybe it was God saying just sit on the sidelines and relax, you goober. But I couldn't relax. I wanted to get in here and at least say something. That's the only thing I wish I had Twitter for. Yesterday I could have communicated to. I couldn't get on the forum. I don't use any internet stuff with my other systems, and admittedly I don't have access to the forum on my smartphone. I always do everything from the laptops. So I kind of felt disconnected yesterday. Embarrassingly so, but it is what it is. All right, cable's ripping. We want to see this drive through 95.20 and just really just speed up. Then we'll know we got a tiger by the tail because they're not going to let anybody else on board. Trains left the station. If you just got in here, I'm going to be doing the 2016 Mega Trade setups that took place last year for your learning. I'm going to be doing that. There's your 3010 we looked at. I think it hit it. Did it hit it? No, I'm 1 pip short of it. I'm not feeling well, admittedly. So when I'm done this session here in about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to try to lay down and then I'll knock out that portion. It'll be part of the recap today. I'm very thankful that I've been pretty consistent with being on a daily grind with you guys. Missing yesterday due to technical issues. That's not that bad. We've been pretty good with the technical side of things. The forum has only gave us a couple different hiccups that they were easily fixed, but Windows, I swear I could smack Bill Gates in his mouth. All right, so 130.10's just been hit. If you have room to take something off here, take a little piece off now. Leave stop where it's at 129.80. Dollar index is right at that 95.20 level. So we want to see this low right here where it's at now. We want to see that tear away from it. Just go lower aggressively. Come on, man. See it the first time you use the mouse. So you want to see it tear through this and leave it aggressively. The next downside would be 95 big figure. Euro. Boom, there's the rejection block taken. So 114.70. I don't have any other objectives for today for Euro, so if you are long, I would take your stop to 14.40, leave it there, or collapse here and just be done. Am I surprised about this movement on Friday? Not so much. I mean, we talked about it before it happened, so. I would say I was surprised if I was saying it was going to go lower. Why were you looking for a rejection block and not the mean threshold of the order block? I guess you're talking about the euro dollar, Matt? The mean threshold of this candle? Is that what you're asking? Because we've already left that area and we came back to it here. So it's not going to go about this high just to go to mean threshold. It's going to go through the candle's body. And that's what we ended up seeing. So we already left that area. It wouldn't be necessary to come back to it and stop. It's going to go through it. So you see how we already went to this portion of the order block, right? And I said this tripped me up because I didn't see this as a range that needed to be rebalanced, but it did. Came right back up to it perfectly. It left that area. So there's no reason for it to come back up to this level just to go to the mean threshold. That's not necessary. So if it's going to go back up this high, it's going to go through the rejection block here. And ultimately, it might come back up to this high here. But for today, my objective was only to look for this this highest closed body, which is 114.70. And there you go. It's not all theory, folks. You just got to hang around for it. Let's see if we can get to expansion here on that dollar now. I'm going to give it another 5 more minutes, then I'm going to escape. We're above 130.10 now. Big figure. Institutional 20, 130.20 is next upside on cable. And if we get above 130.30, it should be a straight shot to 30.55, 30.65. Summarize why you said the dollar index would tank. I'm not sure I understand what you're asking, Patrick. Are you making a statement or you're asking? I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out. Can you rephrase the question again? The dollar, why did I say the dollar index was going to drop for the summer? Is that what you're asking? Or we've lost all kinds of support that would be necessary for the dollar to go higher, and every bearish premium array has been offering resistance on the dollar index. Everything on the daily has been sending it lower, and we had a real breakdown on it. And across the board, as we shown last night, you could see that they were willing to buy gold market every time the dollar index was dropping down, which is also a confirmation. If you ever want to see anything to confirm the dollar index's movement, it's gold. Gold will be the one you look for. And we were seeing all those telltale signs each time the dollar would create a selling scenario. And we had some bullishness in foreign currency, so we were looking for higher prices across the board on those. And when you have that tug of war, obviously, dollar's either going to go sideways or go lower. So there's multiple factors that led to that, and seasonal tendency as well. Why today? Why did I think that the dollar index was going to go down today? We had equal lows at 95.45 that wasn't probed. We didn't get below it this week, and I felt that they would sneak it in there towards the end of the week before the close of the trading. Like I said, I wasn't certain that we were going to get the full move down to 94.75. We were looking for 95.20 as a trigger. It got to that exactly, but it has yet to go below it. So in my opinion, I think we have gone more than it's necessary just for a run on stops. So I think that we have the recipe here for continuation going lower. The problem is does it get to 94.75 today? It doesn't have to. I mean, we could go a little bit lower on the dollar, and then it can open it up down there on Sunday, or open it and then run right to it on Sunday. So the only catalyst I had as a reason for expecting the dollar to go lower today was the fact that we had a liquidity pool, which you know about, sell stops resting below the equal lows on the daily. Let me go out to a daily chart again. You'll see. And then I'm going to close this session because I feel like crap. All right, so yeah, we had this low here yesterday and this low here, and I thought that we would drive down to take that sell side liquidity out. So the liquidity pool resting below these equal lows here. Tops become bottoms, bottoms become tops. Doesn't work, and they ran for the stops as we indicated. Any suggestions so as to not miss the trade, just like what happened to cable retracing at equilibrium and not at optimal trade entry on daily chart? Thanks. Any suggestions so as not to miss the trade, just like what happened to cable? Jelly, I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you make it a post on the forum and just send me an email with it, maybe you can show it to me in a chart. I'm honestly, I'm out of it today, folks. I just cannot find it. I can't focus well at all. I don't feel well. My stomach's cramped up. Do you see anything in the bond data for this? I haven't pulled up the demo account to share those charts with you. I can bring it up in the recap today. Silver was a surprise to me. It didn't work like I wanted it to. So I was wrong about silver. I mean, there's don't make no bones about it. I was just wrong. I'm human sometimes. Actually, you got to see I'm human a lot in this mentorship. I got to change that in the fall. All right, folks, I'm going to close this one here. Stops remain at 29.80 on cable. Next upside objective is 30.20. Above 130.30 takes us to 30.55, 30.65 on the day. That only occurs if we take out 95.20 and expands below that on the dollar index. Euro fulfilled our objective beautifully. 114.70. Again, you should be on the sidelines with Euro. Cable, leave a little bit on. See if you can get that surprise run up. I think they're going to really try to make an attempt to get up there. If we lose 95.20, Euro dollar might stay in the range, never even leave the range up here. So again, relative strength speaking, cable's the stronger one to be in. So leave a little piece on that. You should be completely flat on Euro now. Have yourself a very nice weekend. I'll get you your 2016 Megatrade discussion in part of the recap today, and then tomorrow night at 9 p.m. New York time, you'll have the mega trades for the Forex. And then we'll be moving on into a new week next week as well. I will catch up with you all live on Monday at 8:15. Until then, wish good luck, good trading. Have a safe and relaxing weekend.